Hi everybody, it's Johnny C from FBN Farms, and today I thought I'd take you on a very quick tour of the FBN Farms Pest Management Division. So what you're looking at right now is the target that I use for archery practice. Basically have 3 bales of wheat straw stacked up, kind of pinned together, and have a foam target pinned to the front of it. The stand itself is back right about there, centered straight back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you back along the edge of the lot line here, and we have a dog standing here. Hopefully she's going to stay put, and we're only going to go back about 100 yards or so, which is nice and convenient. And probably the first thing you're going to notice is how well manicured the trail is getting back to my stand. You know, it's mid-November, and I'm going to stop here and just kind of pan off to the right a little bit, off to the left a little bit, drops down into the neighbor's property down on this side. But we have a lot of fallen leaves at this point. Leaves have been coming down pretty hard now for about 3 or 4 days, and usually what I like to do is I try to get back here and during the midday hours and do some clearing. I like this trail as clear as possible. I make sure there's no sticks or leaves or any other material on there, so I can get back here as quietly as possible every trip I make. So actually bring the leaf rake back and clean it all up. Even pulled out some rocks that I've about twisted an ankle on a time or two. So kind of walking along here, this kind of parallels the edge of the hill that the house sits on, and I'm not overly concerned about spooking anything right now. Like I said, it's the middle of the day, although stranger things have happened. I've come back here before and found over 2 dozen turkeys, so there's a little bit of everything back here. It's kind of neat just to sit back here sometimes and watch things, even if I don't see any deer or you know, get a harvest of any kind. So continuing along the path, like I said, this is only about 100 yards behind the house, coming up on a real nice oak, and we're going to bypass that one. And here is the oak that the stand is bungeed to, and there's kind of a view of it from the back. So this tree is about 2 feet in diameter down at the base, maybe even a little bit bigger than that. Going to kind of swing around the front here, show you how I got things set up. Past that tree, a couple others. Kind of watch my footing here so I don't end up going downhill. But so I've got a 16-foot ladder made out of 2x4s and some 5/4 pressure treated. At the top, got a platform. I don't remember right off the top of my head. I'm going to say that it's probably about 3.5 feet wide, about 3 feet out from the tree. A couple 45 braces from the outside down back to the ladder itself, and I put 3 walls on it for concealment. You know, I could have easily done without the walls, but personally I like to have a little bit of area where I can move and arrange things and, you know, do whatever with concealment. You know, sometimes deer season here opens in mid-September. You can sit out here and get chewed on by mosquitoes, and you know, if you're having to scratch or whatever, it's nice to be able to do that behind the concealment of some walls on here. So what that does mean is I do have to stand to take a shot with the bow, but that has never really been an issue. Usually I can stand, and usually it's well enough, I have enough notice on the deer that I can see him coming or hear him coming and get position. I've even actually stood up while deer have been standing 15 or 20 yards away from the base of the tree, so it really hasn't never been that big of an issue. But so I got the ladder. The runs are about, I don't know, maybe a foot apart or so, and as you can see, I've just kind of got some eye bolts with some straps on it that bungee around a tree. 4 ratchet straps. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's another one right off the back of the actual stand itself. Come around this side, and The access is directly through the center of the stand. There's enough room on either side where I can take a step up into it, get both feet up there, and get the access door lowered gently down into place. Never had an issue with any noise or anything. You know, things are made out of wood. It is a heavy stand, but it's secure. It conceals me, it's quiet, and to be honest with you, seeing how I use it as much as I do, and I'm planning on using it for numerous years, it's worked out very well. Have a rope coming down the side here off the back corner of the stand, and just have a clasp on one end of it. Came up a couple feet, put a loop. I take that clasp, I run it through the upper limb of the bow and bring it back up, and that's what I use to lower the bow up and down. I have used it, have brought a 308 back here a couple times, but you know, I live in a neighborhood, can't really be using the high-powered rifles back here, although there are some gunshots as we speak. So anyway, but as far as panning the area that I'm actually hunting, I'm going to walk down here, just step in front of the stand. So basically most of my shots are right down in this area in front of me, and this drops down a hillside. Probably, I'd say that there's probably a good 12-14 feet of change in elevation from where I'm standing at the base of the stand down to the bottom. But that's all floodplain for a major creek that runs through there. There's actually a small, I guess you could call it a tributary of the creek, which you can see right there, and the deer have a tendency to kind of parallel that as they walk through this area. So the neighbor's property is off to the left of me. He's got like 8 acres. It's all flat bottom floodplain area. The deer wander through there undisturbed. They come across in the middle of the swamp. I'm going to go up a little bit so you can kind of see through the trees, maybe a little bit. I'm not sure how well this is showing up. I got a lot of glare on the lens right now. If I pan back to my right, it basically goes up a little bit of a swale and up to the neighbor's house is over my right shoulder, and of course my house is directly behind me up on the hillside. But good place to deer hunt, really can't complain. 100 yards out the back door. I typically see deer just about every time I come out. A few bucks, a lot of does, and just kind of harvest things as needed. So that's basically an overview of the FBN Farms Pest Management Division, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this off now, and we'll be back with you in the future with another video. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.